Right. Do you remember the good old days when you didn't have to do things like get out of your car to fill up with petrol or even scan your own shopping at the supermarket checkout? The days when everything was done for you? Well, Nigel Burke writes in the Express today about our modern self-service culture and says that soon lonely people who only go to the supermarket for a chat will be forced to smash a jar of pickles just to get some human interaction. But is it as bad as all that? And have we actually embraced our self-service culture?
I don't like it. I'm sorry, I don't like it, because it's like an exam when you go up there, isn't it? I like the old days. I know I keep harping on about the old days and you all think I'm a bit weird, which I am. But I like personal service. I like to go in and do chat to a local grocer or a local butcher. I like that interaction. I don't like the whole do-it-yourself thing. And also, I remember when waitressing, my mother was a shopkeeper all her life, and she really prided herself on giving good service. And I was a waitress, and I prided myself on giving good service. Yeah, and servicing. Got paid very well for it,
You still get good tips now, Jane McDonald?
Well, not as good as I used to. But it was a great profession then, you know, to service.
I know, it is. I mean, I must admit, I have to do everything myself, Jane.
You do.
At least you've got Ed.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's another story. But I don't agree that the only thing is... You know, supermarkets... you know that bit where you go up yourself and you go ding, ding yourself?
Yeah.
Well, you don't make the noise yourself, do you? But I didn't like that, but I quite like it now because it's like playing house, isn't it? You know, you go, oh, they've got, and then the money comes out the bottom.
That's your change.
I know. I know, but it's like you've won.
Isn't it?
I love it.
Sherrie thinks it's like being in the casino, clearly.
Yeah,
I hate those things. I hate that self-service thing in the supermarket. One, because it might kind of start the end of cashier number 3, please.
Oh, yes.
So I don't want to be out of a job. But also, it's terrifying because you go there and it talks to you and you have to press buttons and you start scanning and then it won't scan.
Yeah.
So you have to scan again and then you put it in a bag and it says, take it out of the bag. And you take it out of the bag and you think, everyone's looking at me and I'm going to get arrested because obviously I'm stealing all of this. And
then also, it doesn't make any difference because the woman has to come along anyway, so she's not...
Well, listen, because if you've got anything alcoholic in the bag, then it beeps at you going, look, there's an alcoholic here buying wine because they have to check that you're 18.
That's obviously a problem for you.
Never happened to me, but never.
Do you remember when they did phase out the whole thing of people coming and filling your car with petrol and that sort of thing? I remember it completely flummoxed my mum. You know, she didn't like it at all, and she wouldn't ever fill up with petrol. She'd just sit there until Dad was driving, and then Dad could do it because she was so used to just sort of winding down the window, because it was the days when you had to go like that rather than like that. Wind down the window and say, you know, fill her up, or, you know, what have you. Or I'll have £10 worth, or whatever used to fill up then.
Not that now, is it?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I know, but the thing is, you see, when you have to do... When you're like me, and you have to do
Nobody's
everything yourself...
like you, Sherrie.
No, thank God for that. I mean, it's difficult, isn't it? Because, you see, I don't have a man.
No.
So, you know, I don't have anybody to unblock me, or anything like that. My drains, I'm talking about. Or take out me rubbish. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I mean, he does all your
well,
stuff.
actually, no, it's my mother.
Oh, is it?
I just ring my mother and say, I need this, I need that.
And she does it all, you see.
I'm very lucky.
You've got to have somebody to do that.
Yeah. I get that because, you know, I'm on my own, and I've a very good friend of mine is on her own as well, and we had this awful thing that her battery had gone flat in her car. And, and suddenly it was like 2 women going, OK, what do we do now? Let's try not to ask a man, because we really thought, no, come on, let's do this. So,
did you know where the battery was?
No, we had to. Well, we went to Halfords because, sorry,
or any other shop.
Any other shop where you could buy them, and we bought some jump leads.
Okay.
And then we took them home and we looked at the instructions and we put the cars together and we started, and we actually thought we were going to die because at the end of the day, you're sort of putting sort of volts between cars is how we saw it, and I thought we were all going to blow up, and I did say goodbye to everyone I knew before I started the engine, and we did it, and it worked, and I can't tell you the extreme joy we felt at being so grown up and doing it on our own, and we felt really proud. So you can do it, Sherrie.
See, I rather like that when those two cars come together nose to nose, and they go, and then they go, it's just like sex.
Oh, bless her.
Hey, you don't live in my world.
Yeah. It's been a while. It's obviously been a while. So